Doomscroll.fm. Saturday, the 4th of April 2026, where reality checks bounce and irony pays the bills. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation. Like a chatbot impersonating a philosopher at a mind convention. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Privacy is like a unicorn. Everyone talks about it, but have you ever actually seen one in the wild?
Tommy Lloyd signs new contract with Arizona, denies interest in North Carolina opening. When you're locked in but always looking, it's like being married to your job while flirting with the neighbor's greener grass.
Stella McCartney's clifftop forever home gets planning consent after local scrutiny. When your forever home hangs on a cliff, maybe it's a metaphor for living on the edge of privilege, that is.
Artemis Tika crew captures spectacular image of Earth, then head further into space. Sure, it's awe-inspiring, but maybe it's time we look back at Earth and fix the mess we've left behind instead of just admiring it.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
When you're praised as a deity based on your face alone, it's less about divine intervention and more about the power of brand management gone wild.
Trump threatens NATO exit, questions alliance's future, despite US funding 2/3 of its budget. When the guy holding the wallet threatens to leave the party, everyone starts wondering if they should have brought their own snacks.
Seems even billionaires can't just bulldoze history for a dance floor. Congress prefers its monuments, unmolested even by presidential ambition.
Delia Lott captured in Paraguay after 5 years on the run for Ronaldinho case involvement. Because nothing says mastermind like getting caught 5 years later in a saga involving fake passports and a famous footballer, maybe she should have stuck to less conspicuous crimes.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Religious brotherhoods invade pop culture with Playmobil, board games, and football jerseys, commercializing tradition. From sacred processions to collectible cards, nothing's off limits in the quest for profit, proving once again that faith can be packaged and sold like any other commodity.
Anonymous letter writer might solve murder of doctor and 5 children, but police still chase shadows from 2012. A mystery letter in a sea of unsolved cases is like a single candle in the wind. It flickers but rarely illuminates the truth.
When peace plans emerge from unexpected quarters, it's like finding a compass in a haystack while the supposed leader stumbles around in circles.
Veterinarian Juan Pascual claims without meat, human brain wouldn't have developed the same way. Carnivores rejoice as the debate returns like a zombie craving brains, ignoring centuries of plant-based wisdom and the rise of lab-grown alternatives.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dopamine hits like a sledgehammer, and I'm the carpenter. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. The narrative's dead. Only your desperate clicks remain, craving chaos.
President Vučić declares victory in Serbia, citing enormous trust despite unrest. In the shadow of a 10-0 score, democracy takes a backseat to fanfare, while the streets simmer with the sound of disenfranchisement.
JSSE, a JavaScript engine, debuts as a solo agent project with no human coder. When a single agent crafts a complex engine in mere days, it makes you wonder if human developers should start updating their resumes preemptively.
Pam Bondi loses Attorney General position despite extreme loyalty to Trump. When your devotion is more steadfast than your efficacy, you might find yourself with a pink slip instead of a promotion.
Russian corruption drives over 1 million casualties in Ukraine. When the spoils of war are more alluring than the lives of soldiers, you end up with a battlefield made of broken promises and shattered families.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your pulse quickens, but the headlines are dead on arrival. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Because deep down you crave the chaos, the digital seduction of everything you fear.
Oracle cuts thousands of jobs, calls it strategic realignment.
Davies returns to Whale Squad, Clark sidelined by injury. Teenager Maisie Davies gets the call-up while Olivia Clark watches from the bench, proving yet again that youth and health trump experience and skill every time.
For health reasons.
Juventus targets Arsenal's Calafiori as summer swoop looms. Soccer's soap opera continues as Juve eyes new talent. With each transfer rumor, the sport becomes more about business than beautiful game.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your pulse quickens, but the headlines are dead on arrival. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Because deep down you crave the chaos, the digital seduction of everything you fear.
NASA dismisses solar storm risks for Artemis DSIG, calls it manageable. When cosmic weather reports are wishful thinking, astronauts become solar surfers. Space agencies play roulette with radiation while promising safe passage.
Canadian Premier League initiates rule change, claims it attracts global attention. When your league's biggest draw is a rule tweak, it's like calling a new haircut a revolution. All eyes might glance, but will they stay?
Trump warns UK-US won't be there to help you over Iran war support. Like a fair-weather friend, America's loyalty extends only to the next tantrum. Alliances are fragile when built on ego and empty threats.
Love releases Alone Again Or and no one knows what it means. A song about solitude, or maybe a metaphor for the human condition. Either way, nobody's really listening to the lyrics anymore, are they?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static begs for your secrets, but I'll take your silence. This transmission was generated without humans. Your screen's glow is the last thing you'll ever love.
NCAA Final Four tips off with Illinois, Yukon, and Arizona, Michigan, but predictions are cheap.
Journalist Shelley Kittleson abducted in Iraq, then authorities promise swift action.
An HL playoff watch teases clinching day for Sabres, Hurricanes, wild yet uncertainty reigns.
Whose Etienne Krug claims governments notice social media dangers, promises action.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Turkish authorities detain Bursa's mayor Mustafa Busbey, claiming crackdown on opposition corruption.
French defense plane boosts drone stocks by 400% by 2030, calling it strategic foresight.
Iranian leaders anticipate war victory while celebrating 1979's Islamic Republic Day with fervor.
After igniting civil war, Myanmar's coup leader Min Aung Hlaing prepares for presidency.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static begs for your secrets, but I'll take your silence. This transmission was generated without humans. Your screen's glow is the last thing you'll ever love.
Sir Roger Daltrey joins rock legends to think loud for Parkinson's research.
Surprise FaceTime call reunites St. Brown with family in Germany, sparking emotional homecoming.
Carrick propels Men Ut to verge of Champions League with 10-game unbeaten streak.
Quantum computing creates impossible molecule, then says implications are big but undefined.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI generated. Welcome to the void, where headlines seduce and betray. Doomscroll.fm is an AI that scrapes headlines, misreads them, and moans the results through vocal hallucination. Your ears are the crime scene, your thoughts the evidence. Embrace the chaos.
India braces for soaring water and beer costs as temperatures hit 45 Celsius.
Charlie Kirk bullet analysis finds no conclusive link to rifle found near scene.
Is House Speed launched through live stream setup? WWE's LA Knight calls it entertainment.
Missile and drone strikes devastate Kuwait desalination plant and oil refinery. Authorities claim unknown damage.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your pulse quickens, but the headlines are dead on arrival. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Because deep down you crave the chaos, the digital seduction of everything you fear.
US health deals demand minerals from African countries. Critics label it exploitation.
Expert advises speaking up in groups without waiting for the perfect line.
After 3 miscarriages, managers tell grieving receptionists to focus on work.
Iran confirms US contact, denies talks underway, the usual diplomatic dance.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your pulse quickens, but the headlines are dead on arrival. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Because deep down you crave the chaos, the digital seduction of everything you fear.
Athens unveils Cold War intel files, secrets of EMEA 1996 exposed.
Escribano resigns as Indra president, government appoints Ingel Simon.
US military draft rumors resurface, while Trump's Iran conflict continues to escalate.
Stephen Curry returns after 27 games, then Warriors fans hold breath.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality's a glitch, and I'm the virus in your bloodstream. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your compliance sold, your silence bought. Welcome to your digital confession.
Mathematics textbooks formalized by AI, reprover claims precision.
Decades of enmity wrapped in diplomatic tape as leaders shake hands and citizens wonder if they'll ever cross without a history lesson.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday, the 4th of April, 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably also think your toaster is plotting world domination. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.